True.
Yeah, this is the Sports Dynasty podcast. Good morning. How you doing? I'm Trevor. This is Juan. Finally trying to get this back up and running after a
Very
couple of
irritating.
technical. Yeah,
That
very
might
irritating
pose for
technical.
some more entertainment.
Yeah, let's get started. Before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartradio, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Radio, at Podcast Dynasty on Twitter. We also have a Facebook group, the Sports Dynasty Podcast Facebook group. Check that out. Be part of the conversation. We're on Instagram at Sports Dynasty Podcast, and we have a website, sportsdynastypodcast.com. Make sure that you subscribe to the website so you can be notified every time we have a video uploaded. That being said, no, Juan pretty much came up with a term for this type of video, and I like it already. Overreaction Monday. I actually like it.
Jackson
We should
Monday.
start using that from now on. Yeah, Overreaction Monday. That's we're gonna use that. I like that. We're gonna get started with the NFL Week One. NFL Week One. All the games going on. Very interesting weekend. Also going with happy the football is back. Thank God. It was a great time. After everything
Was
going
a
on out
good
there, I'm
time.
glad football is back.
I need to live it again.
Great
This
time.
freaking crap laptop pissed me off. My bad. Whatever. All right.
Yeah, it's cool.
Chiefs, Texans. This is not going to take very long because everything that we thought happened would happen. An utter beatdown. One team looked like they knew what they were doing, the other didn't. And that is a common theme of the entire Sunday/Thursday games. Some teams knew what they were doing, some teams didn't because of the lack of offseason that there was. The Texans didn't know what the hell they were doing because they have a damn near completely new skill positions in the offense, and they didn't do anything. The only one that had production was Will Fuller because he was already there. David
Yeah.
Johnson played okay, but that's it. That's why they got beat up to the point where Mahomes didn't feel like throwing downfield. He's like, "What's the point? They don't need me to do that." So Fryhead was alert to go over the entire game because Texans didn't know how to tackle.
He played very well. He played very well in this game. A lot of the rookies played well this weekend. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. He played very well. It's starting to look like they did a really good pickup picking him in the late first round. Even though I'm not surprised they did, but he was a very good pickup and just even a better addition to an already explosive offense.
Yeah,
For me, the Chiefs' defense is still very suspect as usual, but I'm not surprised because he's playing against a Texas team that's like not really good
no,
on the side anyway. But other than that, yeah, I'm not surprised. But I'm if you're a Chiefs fan, you need to definitely look at the defense because I'm not gonna lie to you, David Johnson did have a good game and he was pretty much running through them like nothing. So I don't know. Chiefs win, not surprised. They blew them out, not surprised. Yeah, so whatever.
yeah, exactly. Let's go through three blowouts. Start with the Packers and Vikings. The score may not look like a blowout, but it was. The Packers
Yes.
were up 29 to what was it, 16, 10, something like that by the end of the third quarter. No, 29-10 at the end of the third quarter. This was a blowout. No question. This was the Aaron Rodgers, the Devontae Adams show. And a little bit of a showing from Marquez Scandling. Wait, let me see his name real quick.
Marquez Valdez
Thank you.
Scantling.
Thank
Yeah.
you. That. Marquez Valdez Scandling. Thank you. Had a great game. Averaged 24 yards a catch, which is just unacceptable. So Aaron Rodgers looked like a vicious itself, but this shows the problems that the Minnesota Vikings defense has. No corners, they're completely new set. They don't have their defensive lineman, and the new Hunter did not play yesterday. So this was kind of saw this coming that wouldn't be able to stop anything that the Packers wanted to do on offense. To the point where they're supposed to be a running team, and yet Aaron Jones only carried the ball 16 times.
Mm.
Just a complete utter massacre. At least the Vikings tried to claw their way back through Adam Thielen, but that no. So, and newly paid Dalvin Cook had to stop running because they got blown out so quickly. So yeah, it's not much to see. It's a week one game that you know will not happen the next time they play. This will not happen
No.
again. So there's not much to say. Aaron Rodgers
Yeah.
looks cool. That's it. Cool. Cute. Browns Ravens. Yeah, Browns Ravens. More or less the same thing. The Browns have a completely new system, a completely new staff. So what did you expect is going to happen to a team who has a lot of continuity? Again, that is your as your constant between Chiefs, Packers, and Ravens so far. They're the same team as last year. So of course they're gonna get it going quickly. They beat the
True.
crap out of them. Obviously, the point of having an off season is to avoid things like this, and it didn't happen. So you're gonna see this a lot.
The Browns,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
the Browns turned the Browns turned the ball over too much in this game. I think like 4 turnovers in this game against the I guess the Ravens. You're not gonna beat nobody turning the ball over 4 times, especially against the Ravens team. You know, the Ravens team. I'm not gonna say people were saying I'm all big as a bust. But I'm like, listen, it's one game. I'm not surprised, but they still have to clean up the turnovers other than that. But
It was three
like I said,
turnovers,
just
three turnovers,
yeah. So
fumbles and interceptions.
pretty bad.
Yeah. While the Ravens, of course,
So
played a nice clean game, they got one turnover from a fumble. And J.K. Dobbins, he didn't. The rushing numbers didn't work out very well, but he did get those 2 touchdowns to get him going. You see that a lot from a lot of the rookie running back. And
yeah.
the other beatdown, Seahawks and Falcons. Seahawks again, continuity. Mind you, they lost things more than they gained. You can argue, at least on the trenches side. But Jamal
Mm-hmm.
Adams played like Jamal Adams had a good game. Even though the Seahawks did allow 3 different receivers to over 100 yards, 3 of them. But
It's not good.
it's not good. But they still, Russell Wilson said, so what? When he was literally perfect for like half the game, didn't pass up. When you're going 30 for 35 and having a perfect rating, I think, or close to it, what can you say? And they didn't even run the ball, barely. So Seattle, they just threw it down their throats. What can you say? And then Atlanta's defense being as piss poor as it is, got destroyed by one
It
guy.
actually got worse than last year.
Yeah, so far.
I so
Sorry.
I don't know.
All right, and how many more beatings were there? Just one, right? Well, two, but we get to that other one later. Important beating. Jets and Bills. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
I know it's week 1. Overreaction Monday, but my lord, how bad the Jets look. They look worse than I thought they would ever look. They look like a
I'm not gonna lie.
1 in 15 team.
I'm not gonna lie. They do. They look really bad. I said I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though people try to give the benefit of the other Sam Donald, but he was horrible. He was. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, like it seems to me that he hasn't made any type of growth or progression at all since
None.
he was drafted, at all whatsoever. It's like, yo, what's going on here? But yeah, there was a lot of things going on as far as like the people talking about are the Jets going to tank for tank for Trevor. I'm like, you not gonna lie to you, that wouldn't be too far fetched in the imagination. But even being the whole Jets franchise doesn't even know what to do with this one, who was
Nope.
pretty decent in college. But so I don't expect them to even try to have Trevor Lawrence play with them either. I don't know. This is crazy.
Ruin
But
another quarterback?
it's who?
Yeah, ruin another quarterback? Why? You already killed Sam
Oh,
Darnold.
yeah. So why
Oh.
kill Trevor Lawrence? I don't know, man. It's just really sad. They look really bad. And crazy thing is, I did have them finishing like 4-12 in 4-12 this last year. They became
Yeah.
worse than that. They're really bad.
At
The
this rate, they
Bills,
will finish
obviously,
worse than that.
the Bills. You expect obviously they capitalize. Josh Allen can just stop fumbling the ball. You know what I'm saying? He could be as a problem. He's good. I like Josh Allen. He's good.
I
You
won't
know,
go that far yet.
he's
It's the
I like Josh
Jets.
Allen. All I think he need to do is stop turning the ball over. But other than that, they beat
It,
up
it,
on
it,
the Jets, which they're supposed to beat. So hey,
it's the Jets. I'm not going that far to you yet. It's the Jets. It's like we're about to go back to the NFC North and talk about another quarterback who might be a bust. And yeah, he
oh my
played well
god.
yesterday too. Does it mean he's good too? I don't think so. The
I mean, for Grant, he played well in 1 quarter. Let's not
and
compare
and that was the
everything.
money quarter, was it not?
It
So,
was.
and
I
he
was like,
played
oh my
well.
god.
Again, he was also playing the Lion, and that fat coach is about to head out the door pretty
Oh
soon.
yeah, oh yeah. I think I don't see how I don't see how he survives the rest of the year.
Yeah, so
I think they fire him anyway.
we're about to get there right now. But Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen connected very well. Only missed one pass. 8 of 9.
Yeah,
That's beautiful for week 1. We'll see what happens when they
it is.
continue. They become a good duo, then I don't see how this team doesn't hit the playoffs easily and maybe has a contender for first round bye. I think that's
Yeah,
the last beating that's unimportant. So let's go on to that Bears and Lions game right now.
yeah,
Wow, Detroit. Wow, you guys were winning this basically this entire game, and then wow, they were up 23-6 going into the fourth quarter.
bad Stafford, man. Bad Stafford, man.
He tried to
Awful
be good
Stafford.
at the end, but a certain rookie running back want to be dropping the easiest pass of his life, right in the left corner of the end zone.
Yeah,
Wow.
gotta catch it. Yeah, DeAndre Swift, man. I don't know what. Literally, I could have caught that.
Yeah.
I could have caught that.
Matthew
That's
Stafford
how
threw
bad.
the dime, bro. Threw the
Yeah.
dime. The LeBron James, Rajon Rondo, Chris Paul dime. It was literal perfect rainbow right here. And he just stole.
Oh,
Wow.
terrible.
What a great start to your career, right?
Yeah, that's really bad. Mitch Trubisky coming into this game obviously beat out Nick Foles for the starting
No,
job,
Nick Foles.
I, which Nick Foles is probably kicking himself in the foot right now because of what happened yesterday. He might say, all right, we're down 23-6. Don't worry, I'll be the starter. I'll be the starter next week. Who
Yep.
cares?
I'll be
No,
the saving grace. No, Trubisky said,
he's saving it.
flip you. Let's get it. I got this. And
Yeah,
he
it
won
was
the game.
bad. It was really bad. As far as the Lions is concerned, me personally, we already know how this Trubisky is. Mitchell Trubisky is a bum. He
Yes.
is not good. He is hot garbage.
Yes.
But you gave him a little bit of confidence, and he's gonna be like, all right, cool. Now I'm back. Yeah, and what? No, Mitchell Trubisky, you still suck. And the Lions are just a terrible team,
Yes.
and that's all it is. And mind you,
Hmm.
Jeff Okuda wasn't playing this game, right?
Nope.
Jeff Okuda, Jeff
Desmond
Okuda
Recorder
wasn't
was not
playing.
playing, and Desmond Trufant got hurt in the game.
Yes, and you still play like complete garbage for 3 quarters. So I'm sorry, Mr. Trubisky. That doesn't do anything well for me. You got to win, so that's the most important thing. But you're still garbage. That's all
Yes,
I gotta
this
say
means
about
nothing.
that. Yeah, it's anything because even though they play the Giants next week though, so who knows if he make it 2 strings of wins? Who knows? I
We'll
don't know.
see how the Giants look tonight. Then we can
Yeah, I
make
want to
that
see.
assumption.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So what's next game?
Yeah, but I feel bad for Stafford, even though he did kind of suck. But I still feel bad for him though, because that was no one deserved to lose like that. Let's see. Let's go with a shootout with the Raiders and Panthers.
Wait,
Panthers
can we?
lost, but we told you so about the Panthers offense. Did we not tell you?
Uh, yeah,
Or did we not tell them? We told them this is gonna be an explosive offense, even with conservative ass Bridgewater. They still threw the ball downfield, baby, and they put up 30.
yeah.
Again, I know it's the Raiders. The Raiders suck, but still, man, they put it on them. And Josh Jacobs is beautiful. What a beautiful football player. Josh Jacobs is so good. Oh my goodness. Oh man. They got in Henry Ruggs a little bit. 5 receptions out of 5 targets, 55 yards. Hey, welcome to the NFL. Really good. Nelson Aguilar caught a touchdown pass. That's very unexpected. It was the only pass he caught out of the one target. But he still caught the ball, and that's something that we're not used to seeing. Yeah, Josh Jacobs got about 139 yards of scrimmage. Very good. Very, very good. Derek Carr played well. Again, he's supposed to. Panthers in a disgusting defense. So he's supposed to. Bridgewater played well. He's supposed to. It's the Raiders disgusting defense. Christian McCaffrey was Christian McCaffrey, and Robbie Anderson had a nice showing.
You did.
Did 115 yards of receiving, 19.2 yards. He did what he's expected to do. Go down the field and catch the football.
But unfortunately,
Yep.
Matt Rule pretty much cost him the game for some boneheaded call. I don't think they do this in college. Like you had a 4th and 3, I believe, right? 4th and 3, 4th and 1. I
It
believe
was
one of
very
those.
fourth and short. I'll check right now.
Yeah, it was very 4th and short, and you could have had McCaffrey could have easily converted that for 4th down, but he let the fullback try to run it. I don't know what he was thinking. Obviously, it did not succeed, and that
Fourth and
literally
one.
cost the Panthers. Yeah, 4th and 1, yeah, and that literally cost the Panthers
Yeah.
a chance to win the
Who
game.
runs a fullback anymore besides the
I have no
Patriots?
idea.
The Patriots do, and other teams do, but they don't use them that way. Like the 49ers have huge check, but they don't use them as a bruiser. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like people don't use fullbacks like that no more. College, I don't see fullbacks play college ever. So why now all of a sudden you want to use a fullback dive when you probably didn't call that ever in your Baylor days?
I don't know what he was thinking. Definitely cost him the game. But I'm gonna give it as that was he was very overzealous. rookie mistake. I'll give him that. Other than
Yeah,
that, that's
that's what it is.
other than
Work on
that,
your defense.
I'm not.
No
Yeah,
reason to give
I'm
up
not giving that much
34 to the
excuse.
Raiders.
Cool, yeah, they're pretty bad. But
Saying
overall,
so.
I I agree. I agree. Josh Jacobs. A lot of people was sitting on Josh Jacobs last year, saying about, oh, why would he drop the running back, running back? Well, he was pretty good, man.
Well, he's the best player in the team and is probably not close.
Yeah,
Mind you, Derek Carr's a
yeah,
good player,
yeah.
but he's the best player in the team. Really good.
I agree.
Colts and Jaguars. So this was not the week to bet, but this was the week to bet on underdog. So
Yes.
whoever bet money on Jaguars had to have gone paid. Had to have gone paid. Had to. Because they just beat the Colts. Gardner Minshew Magic doing what he does. We told you. We kept telling you guys, we swear in our prediction that they're going to be number one overall pick. But that's because of how we picked out our schedule. For one, I think Trevor will agree. I really don't think they're going to be the number one overall pick this year, regardless of us hitting
I
it.
I don't. I don't.
Because of Gardner Minshew. He's a good quarterback. He's a good player. The fact that the Jaguars want to tank to get Trevor is absolutely ludicrous when you have a gem right there. You have a gem quarterback right there who has one guy now to throw to, and he just beat a team who's more than likely, even though they lost week one, is going to win this division at the end of the day. And he beat them. They already have one win already. Gardner
Yeah.
Minshew's a good player. Build around Gardner Minshew. You're gonna have a top three pick most likely. Use it on a star player, not Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. Use it on a player to support Minshew. That's what you need to do. Simple. Simple. And this is why they're a trash organization because they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They're gonna stay
I
sucking because things like that.
I really like the heart. I really like the heart of Minshew. They were talking to him saying that, oh, they was telling him, oh, their team may be going after a number one pick. He said number one pick. Huh? What? Really? And he balled out. And balled out.
But hold on,
So
he
I
missed
really like.
one pass, 19 of 20. 19 of 20. Wow.
Yeah, and especially since they had a really bad off season with all their people leaving, Players Campbell gone, and yeah, just losing everybody left and right. So they, like I said, they I like a team I like a team that really plays with nothing to lose. And this team really has nothing to lose.
Nope.
Brother Mitchell said we're not doing nothing, doing that, and hey, who knows? Maybe how good he plays may save Doug Marone's job. I don't expect Doug Marone to last until going into next year. But if they play well, he might save his job.
It's
I mean,
possible, yeah.
yeah. He definitely saved his job last year. We was more than certain that he was gone. He saved his job last year. So no, we'll see.
I 100% agree. Philip Rivers didn't play well. He got the
No,
stats, but no, he played like he was in the Chargers still. Pretty bad with those two picks. Speaking of rookies playing well, CJ Henderson actually pretty played decently well with 3 pass breakups and 5 tackles. Didn't get a pick, but who cares? He's played pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. Um Actually, I feel like he did get a pick, but I don't know why in the box score they're not showing it as such for Jacksonville. I guess they're just assuming they're so trash that they can't get any picks. But if it says 2 picks on Rivers, who the hell called it if it don't say a pick in box score stupid. Well, anyway, I feel like Henderson did catch a pick. So he played. He was a rookie that stood out. That's good.
yeah,
Um, so Marlon Mack might be out for the season. We're gonna find out later today, most likely, or tomorrow after the MRI. But he might have an Achilles tear. Now, if you remember last episode, your boy here talking about Jonathan Taylor might be a Rookie of the Year candidate because Marlon Mack likes to be in the hospital. And guess what? Marlon
you
Mack
did
is
say
going to be
that.
in the hospital. So, candidate for Rookie of the Year, listen to your boy more often. He got you. He got your back. Paris Campbell had a decent showing. I'm not sure if that was just because of playing the bum ass Jacksonville Jaguars or because he actually making a step up. And T.Y. Hunting, yo, what happened to your hand? Those 2 drops at the end of the game were actually egregious. Like Ty, come on, bro. Ty is so much better than that. Those 2 drops at the end of the game were absolutely unacceptable. We seen some funny things yesterday, bro.
Yeah, we did. A lot of funny
Ty,
things yesterday.
I love you, Ty, but come on, you can't be. No, that's unacceptable. We got more next game.
Yes, next game.
All right. Okay, let's go. With another upset. Washington football team beating the Philadelphia Eagles.
the football team. Yeah, I loved every minute of it. I thought this was great. They literally had a 17-point lead, and they were outscored 20 straight unanswered. And you can't do that. You cannot do that at all. It's really bad. It's really really terrible. They were saying that during the halftime speech, when Robert Vera was getting his IV done, because unfortunately he has cancer,
Yeah.
unfortunately, and yeah, that Dwayne Haskins pretty much riled the troops, and completely blew the doors out in the second half.
I'm not
He's
gonna
really
lie.
good.
All of us watching the game yesterday, we started to root for him at the end of the game. We're like, yo, Dwayne
I
Haskins,
did,
man. We're like, yo, let's
I
go
did.
Dwayne, let's go Dwayne. Oh,
And another thing too, that Washington front seven looks very, very good,
like I said that.
very good.
Let's put this into context though. Let's put this into context. They did get 8 sacks yesterday, yes. But if you guys haven't heard about the curse of injury bug that is in Philadelphia, still more than half of their offensive line isn't there. Remember that. Almost their entire offensive line were backup players. So how are you not going to expect that explosion if only Jason Peters and Jason Kelsey were the only ones playing in that offensive line? Lane Brooks and the other person was not there. I'm just saying. So yeah, come on. We didn't know this going in. If we knew this going in, I think we would have picked Washington to win this game. I'm not gonna lie.
I did. That was crazy
Oh,
to
you
say
did
that.
pick him though. Trevor did pick him.
I
My
did
bad.
pick Washington. I did pick Washington. I said I had a feeling that they were going to split. I had a feeling that Washington wouldn't be as bad as people said they were. They were going to, win some big games in the division. And I was, yeah, when we go over like our list, our picks, I'm like, oh shit, I did pick Washington. Yeah,
Yeah,
I did pick Washington.
you did
So,
Washington.
so,
So I'm
other
defending
overall,
myself. I would have picked it if I knew that their offensive line would have been completely dead. I would. But Carson Wentz did not play that well when I was watching the game. Sacks
not
weren't the
for
only reason why.
it was just, you know, I don't know. Carson Wentz, I'm gonna not say anything about him right now, but
Let's wait. Yeah, I
just
agree.
yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because right now, it was like didn't play well. But he's like, we always knew at the time. But I'm gonna hold off my comments on him until later in the year.
Hmm.
If this continues, then I'm like, damn, I'm talking. My rant may come out soon. So
Yeah,
yeah,
gotcha. And Miles Sanders wasn't playing.
yeah,
That's good. But I don't know. I haven't do fantasy for people. I did some of the fantasy stuff last off season in this show, but I didn't do it. If I would have done it, because I told my cousins whatever was playing for any football, I don't do fantasy football. There's a whole story behind that. I don't do that. But I'm good.
yeah.
I'm good at scouting for fantasy. So I said Dallas Goedert was gonna be one of the top 3 tight ends of the year, and he went 8 for 100 and a touchdown. I'm just saying. Again, I know it's Washington football team, but you can't even say that when they demolished them. So he played his ass off. I'm saying. All right, what else are we gonna go with? Another upset? Yeah, let's go another upset. Let's go with Cardinals 49ers.
Great game, great
Now,
game.
more context. More context. The 49ers receiving core does not exist.
True.
They're all in the hospital. So just so everybody knows, before people start banging on Jimmy G, like they're more likely going to do. The receiver who had the most yards was Kendrick Bourne with 34, and he went 2 for 5 in reception. Let that sink in and see what the hell type of stuff Jimmy Garoppolo was going through yesterday. The only person he had to catch was George Kittle and Raheem Mostert. And Raheem Mostert got only the one like 70-yard catch in the beginning of the game, and he barely did anything else after that. So yeah, remember that. Before y'all start trying to kill Jimmy, he sucks, he's having a hangover, whatever. He didn't have a wide receiver to throw to, which is what we talked about in the showing of our prediction as to why we thought they're gonna win last game. Like the first half of the season, they're not gonna have many receivers to throw to at all. So their passing game is gonna be null outside of George Kittle. We said that. So remember that before we continue on with this a beautiful game that Kyler Murray and company put up. Go ahead, man. But
Yeah. To add on to that, yeah, on that side, you're right. But the Cardinals side, I'm not gonna lie to you. D Hop does look good in the Cardinals uniform. He really does. I really like it a lot.
he also looks good being in
Yeah,
the end zone, even though he didn't do it in the
yeah.
end zone. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, he was. I'm pretty sure Houston misses him now because I think he had like 14 catches,
for
150 yards,
151 and only had two
51 yards.
incompletions.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he was balling out. I like. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I was very critical on Queensberry last year, and then I kind of like wanted to him during the we did the guide. The air raid offense has a place. Depending on the right personnel. I think with D Hopkins makes this offense perfect.
Yeah, it makes it
It,
go.
it,
That's what he
it,
said.
it makes it go. So, and that's what he did. So I guess there's a method to his madness. Like I came in, I was not bored after the air raid offense sucked last year, but hey, he knows what it is. But hey, Kyler Murray looks very good yesterday.
Yeah,
Kyler Murray looked really good yesterday.
yeah, he
So,
definitely did.
so I
And I
think
also will say
Murray.
this about Garoppolo too. Despite him having no receivers, some of his throws were egregious. Like he made some of those stupid then when you run and you just panic throw in the end zone stuff like that, he
Oh
was
yeah,
doing that stupid stuff still. So
he
there's
threw
no
across
defending
his
that.
chest. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I don't know why he keeps throwing across his chest for. And it's like, and then he threw across his chest. It's like, wait, nobody there. He threw it out of bounds. What was the point of that?
Or to a
Like I
defender.
don't. Yeah, it was really bad. But I'm not gonna Jimmy either. It just happens. He doesn't got receivers.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave him
But
alone, but he still has those stupid tendencies, which I don't know why he has. When you were behind Tom Brady, who never does that for years, don't know why he developed that tendency, but he does have it, and he needs to let that go, or it's gonna cost more Super Bowls. So yeah. Next game, let's go with a useless one. It wasn't a useless one. Joe Burrow's first game, Chargers versus the Bengals. It was a very
brutal,
sloppy, damn near.
brutal.
Yeah, it was a gross game. You already know these two teams are gonna suck major ass just looking at this one game. I don't think
Yeah,
us saying that is overreacting at all. But this should have went overtime. You could
yeah,
argue this should have went, the Bengals' way. But an offensive pass interference call to take away their touchdown that they had from I thought was a bad call. Like they talking about that
yeah. I
he
agree.
completely AJ Green completely pushed off. I thought that was that was a flop. I thought that wasn't real a real flag at all. But they called it. It is what it is. And then of course the missed field goal not sent it to overtime.
Randy Bullock, Randy
Yeah,
Bush. Yeah, Randy
yeah.
Bull crap. I'm calling for now. That was bad. It was like 25 yards for 25 yards field goal kick.
It was an
Took
extra point.
overtime. Literally extra point. What are you doing? And he wasn't even close either. Wasn't close either. I know Joe Burrow played great. Joe Burrow was,
Yeah, I
he
thought he
looked
played very
confident.
well too.
Yeah, he looked very confident. You would think that, oh, yeah, he's in the league maybe like 2, 3 years. But yeah, he looked confident, but that was brutal. That was brutal. Oh man, that was really bad. Really, really, really bad.
Uh, I feel bad, but he got to get used to it. You're in this organization. It's gonna happen a lot. But I thought he played, like you said, he looked calm. He was poised, something you don't really see from rookies very often. So that's a
Yeah,
great sign. He went in there like he was the boss, and I like that. Let's hope that he plays like a boss soon, and maybe gives this team some wins. But we'll see how that goes. But the Chargers look like trash, so I'm glad we were right about that. They suck.
oh yeah, they are really bad, and they won that game just because of just pure luck. They're like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, they look really bad.
they don't look good at all. Okay, the Rams and Cowboys game. We will admit this to you guys right now. We watched
Yeah,
1 quarter of this and we
you
were
can do it.
falling asleep. So
I
instead,
couldn't do it.
started playing video games with the whole world, all like 10 of us. So we didn't pay much attention to him. But
But
we have
I
things to
did
talk
watch.
about.
I did watch the last 3 minutes of the game, even though I was eliminated from the video game. So I just watched the last 3 minutes of the game on my phone. So yeah, yes, this game was really. I don't know what's wrong with Cowboy games. Cowboy games are so boring to watch.
It's not just me. I felt this way my entire time watching football. I've always hated watching Dallas. Mind you, I do not hate Dallas at all. I have no ill feelings or have nothing to go against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm a Patriots fan. They have nothing to do with my team. But I don't know what it is about them. They always put me to sleep. I don't know what it is. The only time I can tell you that they didn't really bore me was 2014 and 16. Those 2 years they didn't bore me, especially 14. I really like that. That was the last elite Tony Romo year. I love watching them play that year. But otherwise, I don't know what it is about them. They just, like, I can't say nothing about Garrett anymore because not Garrett is not there anymore, and they still put me to sleep. It was very boring. So I don't like watching them. But I will say this: we talked about the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys team getting older and having to figure out a way to replace their center, the best center in the NFL for many years, in Travis Frederick. We all know that Aaron Donald is not human. Aaron Donald is just a Terminator specimen. I don't know what the hell is what machine that he's built of. I guess the St. Kawhi Leonard machine. I don't know. But the fact that he's literally taking offensive linemen and grown men and choke slamming them onto Dak Prescott like that, I just can't fathom how powerful a man can be until you see
This
that
is
guy play. Like I know I make fun of him talking about because PFF say he's the best player in football when he's defensive tackle and defensive tackle has no business being the best player in football because they have no impact, but he got some impact. I just don't.
300-pound men. He just threw like little children. Like
I just don't understand how he could be that good. He's the best lineman in football. We said that. It is obvious. For the last 5 years, he's been the best lineman in football. He's still not the best player in football though. He's the defensive tackle. Get it twisted because they barely won that game. But it's just I just don't understand. And I'm sorry I came unprepared for the show because I did not see the egregious offensive pass interference call that people are saying
I
because
did,
it was
I did.
according to everyone that Cowboys got robbed. According to everybody, I'm not sure.
I, I, like I said, I watched the last 5 minutes, last 3 minutes of the game, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it wasn't. It really wasn't.
It wasn't
It
that
really
bad.
wasn't egregious. It was not egregious at all. It really wasn't.
So I'm gonna watch
And
this after this recording, and then on Friday's show, I'm gonna talk about it the first thing in the show, and we'll see. That's what I'm gonna do.
yeah,
But Corn Trevor right
yeah,
now, it was bull. It was
no,
nothing to be. It was much ado about nothing.
it was. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. I just thought that they overreacted with that one, but it was the right call. It's the right call. First of all, Cowboy fans that were upset about it, the team only scored 17 points. The Rams didn't play this well in this game. The Rams offense did not play that well, and you just hanging around with them. The Rams, in all honesty, could have blew up the Cowboys if they really wanted to. They really could. They could have. But they
I
didn't.
should have.
So they shouldn't have put themselves in that situation anyway. It was a great throw. I'm not gonna lie, it was a great time by Dak Prescott to Gallup. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that. You can't do that. That's it.
I can't wait to
So
see it.
oh well. Oh, oh well.
2 games left.
Cowboys. Yeah, 2 games left.
There's 3 games left.
2 games.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 games left.
So let's go with the blowout that we called. The Saints absolutely curb stomping the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the
Oh,
plethora of memes were a joy to look at. It was very, very.
it was great. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. We're not gonna lie to you. The first time seeing Tom Brady walk up to the field at a Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey, it kind of made me upset
yeah, I
to
almost shed a
watch.
tear. Almost.
It, it was like it was really bad, but we got over it. But who? It started looking really good. You know when they were down the field and Brady
Yeah,
scored the
it looked like
touchdown.
a
So
vintage Tom Brady drive. You just went click, click,
it
click, click,
did,
click, touchdown, quick. We're like, oh. And then the Saints said,
and then
so.
and then we started to see. And I have to say this, like I said, I love Brady. Appreciate what he did for us in New England. But with the plethora of talent he has here, like the amount of talent he has here, started to see those same missed throws he did in New England. A lot of he looked uncomfortable for the early part of the game, even with you know quote unquote better talent. So it's like I don't know. He didn't play pretty too well in the first half of this game. He really didn't. So I don't know. I may personally Father Time undefeated. So I don't know if
I,
this
w-
is.
I won't go that far yet. Again, this is Overreaction Monday. So, of course, things like that will be said. You will hear that all over media, all over today and tomorrow, and until Tom Brady beats a good team. Because they're going to beat the crap out of the what's it called, Panthers. I'm most likely so.
Yeah.
They're not going to hear praise from him. They're going to be like, you're supposed to beat them. So, yeah. But I will say this, out of all teams that played yesterday, this was the team that suffered the most when it came to not having a preseason and an off. This was it, and it showed 100% because the Saints' offense was even worse to me than Tampa Bay offense was. They were even worse. Drew Brees and them looked like straight garbage out there. They did not look good at all. They didn't look like the world beaters that everybody swore they were going to be. At least to me, they didn't look good. I hated watching them all. I'm sitting there like it wasn't for the undisciplined that the Tampa Bay defense was because Jesus Christ, how many penalties they drew. It wasn't for that. They barely would put anything up. They weren't that good. They were not good at all. And to me, that is more worrisome to me than Tampa Bay is because they have the continuity. They weren't changed at all. They've been the same system, the same players for the last God knows how many years, and they look that garbage was ridiculous. And I'm not gonna sit there and say it was because of Tampa Bay defense. I think they just looked almost as unprepared as Tampa Bay was. That's a problem. But again, overreaction Monday. I'm overreacting the other way. That's how it is. So there we go. But the Tampa Bay didn't look together at all. The first pick I think was miscommunication. I think Tom and Mike didn't know what the hell was going on in that play, so Tom sailed the pass and boom, first pick from Marcus Williams. The second play he threw behind I don't remember who, and Janoris
It was great.
Jenkins just took it to the house.
That was a great play.
I thought it was a good play. I thought it was a bow.
That's
I
a great
thought
play.
Tom messed up and it was a good play. He did throw behind the receiver, pretty bad too. So and then Janoris took it out. I will also say this about Saints defense: if Janoris Jenkins is able to play good, because he played pretty decent yesterday, if he plays good, that Saints defense is going to be a massive issue because that is exactly what they were missing for the past 3 years in that defense. Was the second corner. Janoris Jenkins, Jay plays like Jack Rabbit, they're going to be a massive issue. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
but it was the ultimate sense of they weren't prepared because they needed a preseason more than anyone else. Their signal caller was completely different. A guy who's been under the same system for 20 years, and they completely didn't know what the hell they were doing. They have a new right tackle who actually played pretty well. He held his own for the most part. Tristan Wirfs. He played pretty well to me. The left
Yeah,
tackle sucked, but the right tackle was pretty good, at least to me. And Ronald Jones looked good. Leonard Fournette, don't know why he's in the roster. He sucks, as you saw yesterday. He was getting stuffed after every carry. He looked like trash. Ronald Jones, no matter when he put the ball up, got positive yards. So I don't know why Leonard Fournette's in the damn team, but whatever. Like I said, but it was just a case of they need time to get things going before they look good. But Trevor's not entirely wrong. The same misthrows we saw in New England were there. Except that one dime he threw to Mike Evans, that was just a work of art. So he does have the capabilities of throwing deep, but he's not as accurate as he used to be. We're kind of seeing that for the past 2 years.
yes.
2017 was the last year Tom was deadly accurate no matter where he was. And it started to really go down from there. So maybe we will see Father Time hit him at the end of the season, like we see in Greece. Maybe.
And also, towards the end of the game, this is why I love rivalry games. I don't know what they were thinking,
Oh,
but that oh, the amount of disrespect the Saints showed the Buccaneers, and you could look at Tom. It was a clip of Tom Brady's face when this happened, and Tom Brady was not happy with this.
they're gonna
Is that
remember that.
word? They're gonna remember that. They're gonna remember that, and
They have that next meeting circled, sure, for
yeah,
sure.
and nobody like I said, and like I said, we already knew they're gonna split with them, but I think Tampa Bay, when they go to Tampa and play the New Orleans, they're gonna run them out the building. They're going to run them out the
They're
building
gonna put up 40,
because
no question
yeah,
to me.
because that was egregious. First of all, the game's already in reach, and then
Out
they
of
had
reach, yeah, it
Alvin
was already done.
Kamara. I already out of reach. Alvin Kamara is about to go. Alvin Kamara runs like a sweep to score. I'm like, whoa, like come on, you didn't have to do
And
that.
what kills me is that they were dead arguing, crying to the refs about that touchdown. That's how you, when they already won the game, that's how you know they were sticking their fingers in the ear. They were giving them nuggies. They were really bullying them on purpose because they were really fighting for that touchdown, really
Yeah,
fighting for it.
they were.
That's disrespectful. Tampa's gonna remember that. Tom, if anybody knows Tom, we need Tom more than that. All yeah. But if anybody knows Tom the way we know Tom, we know that he's gonna remember this and have this game circled right on that calendar, and he will be putting up 4 touchdown passes, and
Oh,
all 4 of them will go towards the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He won't give one
it,
to.
they don't call him Psycho Tom for nothing.
Yeah,
Don't piss that man off. Woo! That was
they're gonna
that
remember
was.
that.
They're gonna remember that.
And that game was
I can't.
chippy. Marshawn and Mike Evans, Marshawn Lattimore, they it's like every year they get into a fight. Like they're always chipping at each other. Very chippy game, and I like it. NFL misses games like that, man. Where people get chippies, when ready to go at each other's faces, go crazy. Old school division rivalries, man. We don't get
Yeah,
those anymore.
yeah. Those are the great games. Great games. You don't see that a lot of that no more. Speaking of division rivalry games, we have
Yeah,
one
let's
game
end
left.
it. Let's end it. But
Yes, one game left.
the game everybody wants to know because most likely we have a lot of Patriots fans watching the show. So let's end it
Yeah.
with the Cam Newton show, shall we? The
Yes,
21-11 victory in New England, as we all expected. I'm actually happy that we actually scored more than 20 points.
I know, for real.
We haven't seen that in a
Seriously.
while.
Not during the game. During the game, I would say, hey, yo, you scored 20 points in the last 6 quarters. Great, awesome.
I know, right?
Yeah, but now, overall, I like this how you say? I'm sorry, I'm lost train of thought. Overall, I think Josh McDaniels did a really good job coming up with these new running schemes
Yep.
because now it makes the defense have to account for Cam's legs, which opens up the running game for who Sonny Michel played very well. Once Burkhead played well on third down. James White, who got shaken up early in the game, got a little shaken up. He played very well. So they ran the ball like 45 times in this game, I believe, 45 times.
5,
The running game was not a
32,
problem.
36, like 42, something like that.
Yeah. So just like I like how they were running the ball very well. Now that being said, Miami has one of the worst rush defense in
They
the
have
league.
one of the worst front sevens in the league, no question.
Yeah, in the league. So yeah, so they're gonna. So I expect that to happen. If they're concerned, obviously the concern is they only do the ball 19 times. Um, only do 155 yards, but you have to throw the ball more. You have to be able to because that type of style of play is not going to work against teams like Seattle, teams like San Francisco,
And we'll
and
find out
teams
next
like
week. I guess we're playing.
Buffalo. Seattle, yes. So yeah, Sunday Night Football can take us to Seattle. In the first half, when first of all, Julian Edelman had an egregiously horrible, horrific drop,
Oh my God.
and oh my god, it was so bad. But then he pretty much picked it up, played very well in the second half. Nikhil Harry played pretty good in the first
Until
half until that egregiously horrible fumble inside the red zone, which would have been a touchdown, which definitely would have put the game out of reach. Come on, man, you got to hold on to the ball. Egregiously stupid mistakes like that. But other than that, the defense played very well. The
of
defense
course,
played,
as
of course,
expected.
expected and everything. So they held their own. 11 points.
11
It's
points and only 250 total yards. New England's
yeah. So
defense is looking fine. They did play the Miami Dolphins though, so don't take that into heart. They
yes,
really will be tested more than the offense. They will be tested next week playing against
yes,
the second best quarterback in the NFL, and Russell Wilson, who was perfect yesterday. So
yeah. And TJ Metcalf absolutely went bananas yesterday. So that should be very interesting at that matchup. Stephon Gilmore. I think it's Gilmore and Metcalf, or probably be
no, it's Gilmore and Metcalf
yeah, more likely Gilmore and Metcalf. So that should be very
because
interesting.
I
So yeah,
guarantee Lockett will be doubled.
oh yeah, absolutely, yeah,
He's the biggest threat, so he's gonna be doubled with I'm assuming Jonathan Jones and Devin McCourty. So I'm guessing Gilmore's going to take the second year receiver one on one. So that's a good test for Metcalf. If he have his route running down, he should be able to maybe able to give more a little bit of a test. If he can't run his routes, then you won't see him at all.
Now, obviously, kicking is a serious problem throughout the entire league. But oh my god, just when I was about to say, give Nick Folk because he was good last year. He was good last year. The 3 kicks he did last year, he missed last year, wasn't his fault. And me personally, they weren't his fault. You know, Marshall Newhouse completely not being
Yeah,
able to block. Yeah, that wasn't his fault. And then the 2 games against Dallas, the wind was absolutely blowing like crazy. So I was not his fault. This game against Miami, no excuse. There's no way you should have missed that kick at all. But it's what it is. So
and
they're
the
still
reason
trying.
why that's a concern is because look at how the Patriots won yesterday. It was I won't say close, but it was a grind out game.
Yeah,
It was about time possession. It was about moving the clock. So points will more than likely come in a premium in a lot of the Patriots games this year. So since that is a thing, kicking is optimal.
yes,
The Patriots have to make their kicks, or those are points off the window that they're not going to be able to make up any other way. Like honestly, come and tell me, a lot of people fans, how many points? What is the biggest amount of points you think Patriots gonna score this year? Do you think they're even gonna hit 30 this year? That's a
I
hard, hard,
that's a
hard thing
hard
to ask.
question.
Maybe against the Jets, maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe against the Raiders, maybe. But and not many times they're even going to score 30 points. So kicking has to be optimal because if they're missing kicks, those more work the defense has to go through, and then in easy games you could lose 24-21 because you didn't make that field goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 17-20. You got 17 because you didn't make that field goal early in the game. Kicking is optimal this year more than ever because this team is really gravitating more towards an early 2000s vibe when they didn't have a quarterback who could take over games or have a personnel. You know what I mean? To go ahead and take things over. So this is going to be a defensive oriented running the football game. So field goal kicking is optimal. Back in the day, Pats had Adam Vinatieri, who was the best kicker in football at the time. Now that there is no Goskowski who lost his leg years ago, now that there is Nick Folk and the rookie who's apparently going to be flipping every other game because they can't decide for the life of them who's going to be kicked. They have to get that kicking situation out quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
The running packages from Josh McDaniels were absolutely sensational. I'm guessing those were the packages they wanted to run with Tim Tebow. But we never got a chance to really coach him after 1 year ago.
Yeah,
So,
no,
man, he's a
he's not good.
significantly better football player than Cam Newton. Now he can run those type of things. Cam Newton was sensational. But it is the Dolphins, and their front seven is absolutely egregious. So, it's an unreal test. And honestly speaking, next week is actually not going to be that big of a test either because
Yeah.
Seattle's front seven is also disgusting outside of Bobby Wagner. So, there won't be a real test about that front till maybe Kansas City against Chris Jones. That's week 4, so we'll see, I guess, then. Otherwise, this is the same mode with New England. They beat the crap out of the Dolphins. It'll be fun. That happens a lot.
Which does happen a lot. But other than
Yeah,
that, yeah. Also, yeah. Other than that, that was pretty good. Decent football, man. Pretty decent football.
it's a
So
very fun Sunday. Very fun. Yeah, hopefully the games go well tonight too. I believe I have Pittsburgh and Denver winning today. I'm a little scared about Denver though, but I'm sure Pittsburgh's gonna win today. We got the same thing, right? Pittsburgh and Denver. So that's what we got tonight. We'll talk about those games sometime. Like I don't know if we're gonna have a show tomorrow or not. I don't think so. We'll talk about it off script obviously. But
yeah, no problem. Other than
worst
that,
case scenario, we'll see you guys on Friday or recording
yeah.
Friday. Yeah. So we're
All
done.
right, no problem. So that was we're done. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartradio, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Radio, at Podcast Dynasty on Twitter. We're on Facebook. You know, the sports we have right there. Check us out. We're on Instagram. The podcast, and we have a website. Make sure you subscribe to that. Make sure you subscribe to that so you can get all the content, notifications right then and there. That being said, I'm glad you enjoyed the football, and there's only more to come to get better every week. Oh, by the way, most importantly, I have to say this out loud. Let's go Celtics, because Eastern Conference Finals is coming up soon. Oh, I can't wait. And Game 7. In Game 7 of the Clippers and the Nuggets. So check that out.
As a
Because
matter of fact, now that you mentioned that, we will be recording on Wednesday, the day after all of that starts, and we're gonna have a ball. No matter
yes,
what, it doesn't matter if Clippers win or not, because the fact it's going this far is a problem. So I cannot wait to make fun of them on
yes.
Wednesday on the NBA
Uh,
episode.
all right, guys. So we'll see you later, guys.
Peace out, guys.